What is up, Shed Nation? Mike from Shed to Home Living. Forgot what my channel was called. Jeez. All right, so in my last video, I made a comment about the 5 rules, and I wanted to go over them more in depth on one video to explain them more, because you're going to hear me talk a lot about them. And I'm going to bring them up almost every video because it's something that you need to live by. It's the 5 rules of turning a shed into a home. And of course, I have my book. So you'll see me referencing down in my notes on this. So rule number 1, payment. Payment is the biggest thing that gets people on these sheds a home. They end up going, well, I could swing that much money every month because it's a rent-to-own type of business. They go in, they sign a contract for X amount of months, and they pay on their shed. Then something happens. They miss a payment. They get behind on payments. They depend on that overtime that doesn't happen. They waiting on their Social Security check, whatever it might be, even like tax money. They're like, oh, when taxes come, I'm going to pay it off, and then come to find out there wasn't that much money or something happened. So number 1 is the payment. There's absolutely nothing that you could tell these rent-to-own places why you couldn't make a payment or why are you so far behind. They've heard every excuse that is out there. There is nothing new on why you couldn't make a payment. So that's the reason why payment is number 1. You have to make sure that you make your payment every month. If you buy the place straight out, even better. Works even better for you. Number 2, ask for help. Do not get yourself into a situation that you do not know how to deal with, okay? Ask for help. Ask for professional help at that too. Don't ask Uncle Larry that got hit by lightning on how to do electricity. So, number 1, ask someone else about, hey, what building should I go with? What size should I go with? I'm thinking about doing one of these shed to home kind of deals. What would be the best for me? If you don't know how to do electricity, ask a professional. There is always someone out there that you might know that does electricity for a living. Ask them, hey, come over, give me a hand, show me what I need to do. Same thing with plumbing, insulation, anything on that building. Ask for help. Do not try to do everything yourself. Granted, that's the whole purpose of what we're trying to, accomplish of doing these shed to homes is we do it ourselves. We save a bunch of money, make it look great, but ask for help when you need help. Even asking a family member, hey, I don't want to ask you for money, but could you help me out just a little bit to help make this payment so my dream doesn't get repossessed? And it will. It will. You miss a couple payments, it's gone. Number 3, location. I'm telling you, I went to a business conference a long time ago, and one of the guys in there kept repeating this over and over again. Location, location, location. And it's stuck in my head ever since. Location of your building is a must. You need to figure out, where you're going to put your building before you even get it. The last thing you need to do is at the last minute end up having a building delivered to your property or delivered there and be like, hey, no, you can't put it there. Not only is it location of where your building's going to go, but location of where to buy the building. Location to get the best products to put into my home. Ask for help. Jeez, location, ask for help. This is all going together, people. All right? Because if you find the best deal, best prices out there, that means you can make more of a payment, and it gives you a little bit more easeway on the payment part. Plus, location on your property. Figure it out beforehand. Do you want the front facing this direction? You want the front facing that direction? Is there any power lines? Is there any issues? Have it surveyed beforehand. You never know. You might end up putting your building right across a water main, it breaks, and now you got to end up moving your building, and that kind of gets a little bit expensive over time. Number 3 was location. Number 4, kind of went out of track here. Always be working on your future. Okay, this might sound a little bit weird to you, but always be working on your building. Always be working on the future of the building. What do you want to do? Okay, so I will tell you my routine that I have. I get up about 4:30 in the morning. I'm in the gym by 5. I go out to my building, out to my shed, and my shed or shed office kind of thing, and I'm working on my building after I get done working out. And this whole time, I'm working out at the gym. I'm working on my building. I'm in my building working on my building. I go to my job and I'm working on my building. I get off work and I'm working on my building. Then I go home, I eat at home instead of going out spending money somewhere else. I'm working on my building, and then I spend a couple hours relaxing, looking through YouTube, Pinterest, whatever your social media fix of the night is. I'm working on my building, and then I get a good night's sleep, and I do this all over again. This whole time I'm working on my building. Kind of sounds kind of weird. How can I be at my job working on my building? Well, I'm there making money. That money is going towards my building. It's going towards the payment of my building. I'm at the gym working out. How's that got anything to do? Well, I'm building my endurance. I'm building my strength to be able to work longer. I usually put in, out of a 24-hour day, I'm usually doing something for 19 to 20 hours of it and barely sleeping. So that's another story, though. So always be working on your building. There's always something you could be doing for your building. Heck, you go to the bathroom, instead of playing a game on there, be searching for the next step. We're doing the plumbing this week. So what are we going to put on the walls? Be proactive in it. You're always working on it until you're done. Until you're done building the building and you're sitting there enjoying your dream. The building's paid off. Everything is done. This place looks good. I made it. But always be working to that point. Now, number 5 is going to contradict everything I just said about number 4, but you need to take a break every once in a while. Don't overwhelm yourself. When I say don't overwhelm yourself, I'm not saying putting 20-hour days into that building. I'm talking about you're putting so many hours, so much effort, so much mental things into your building. Just take a break. I will tell you a story that happened to me that made me think of number 5. Okay? I was trying to install some paneling on my inside of my building. I cut it. I brought it in. It didn't line up. Something was wrong. I'm like, okay, I'll just use that for this piece over here. I went and got another piece. I cut it. I went in there. It didn't line up. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was getting mad. I was getting frustrated. So I sat down and I took a break. For 1 hour, I did not do anything with my building. I watched Unsubscribed podcast. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. They're funny. I watched Unsubscribed podcast on YouTube. I laughed for a good hour. I got back up. I took a look at what was going on. And yeah, I figured it out. It was my mistake. I was overlooking a measurement and cost me a lot of time and money. Took the third piece, fixed it, put it in there. Works great. Building looked great. Looked so great. I ended up selling the building to someone else. So those are the 5 rules. Live by those 5 rules and you will succeed at making your shed to home. Okay? Payment's a must. I'm telling you, people, you've got to make that payment. Does not matter what's going on in your life. If you do not make that payment, some guy with a really nice truck and a really nice trailer is going to show up and take your dream away from you. And they're just going to pick it up. They're going to take everything. They're just going to come in, whoop, and pick it up and put it on their trailer and drive off. And then you gotta figure out how to go get your stuff if you weren't able to get it out beforehand. And they can do this legally. Yes, you signed a contract that says you can do this. Get help. Ask for help. If you don't know, ask somebody. Location. Make sure you're checking on things before you go off and purchase it. Don't overwhelm yourself. Really, well, always be working on your building and don't overwhelm yourself. I am exhausted right now. I've worked all day trying to make a video. So, those are 5 rules. Come check us out. Give me a like. Make a comment. Subscribe if you want. There's going to be a lot more content. And when we actually start getting the building, there will be a lot more. And you're going to see a lot of things. A lot of things. And a lot of things I don't have a clue about. But I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to phone a friend. I'm going to do some research. Picking out the location of everything. I'm going to go step by step. So check us out. Thank you for tuning in.